ladies. Welcome to another episode of Perspectives with Sherry. I'm your host, Sherry Ryan. And if you're new, welcome. Over here, this is a safe space for women in midlife. Over here, we talk all things health, wealth, and empowerment, and all the wonderful things that feed into those three categories. So today is my vlog day, and I told you last week we talked about my journey on hormone replacement therapy. I will be periodically coming in and letting y'all know how that is going. Tomorrow will make a week since I have had my Mirena coil implanted and my estrogen patch. So I will be updating you on how it's going. So far, so good. If you're watching here on YouTube, if you would, guys, go ahead and like the video, subscribe if you haven't, share with the masses, and make sure you comment and let me know what you thought about the content that I am delivering today. We are going to be talking about 10 things that you need to know to advocate for yourself when you're considering going to talk to your doctor regarding hormone replacement therapy or any of your symptoms of going through menopause, perimenopause, anything that has to do with your reproductive health. And we're going to talk about these 10 tips. Trust me, if you implement these 10 things, you're not going to walk away again feeling unheard, unseen. Because if that's you, y'all, this episode is definitely a must watch and hear. If you're listening on the audio podcast, go ahead, y'all, download and follow us over here at Perspectives with Sherry. I'm going to keep bringing you some excellent tips that are going to help you along the way, like myself, as we navigate through this wonderful time in life of midlife. So, y'all, today we are talking the 10 tips that we can implement to advocate for ourselves when discussing our menopause symptoms. Right? We're going to get right into it. Number one is be prepared. I know it sounds like, of course, but no, really. A lot of times when we're getting ready to go to the doctor, you have it in your head what you want to ask, the things you want to discuss, and you get in there and you clam up, you get nervous or you just can't think of it. So what I would encourage you to do is write yourself a list of symptoms that you're experiencing, including the frequency and severity. And this will help ensure that you cover all your concerns during your visit. So, one of the symptoms is brain fog. So you don't want to get in there in front of your doctor and have this great intent of advocating for yourself or wanting to ask these questions and you just kind of forget. So one way to alleviate that is to come in prepared with your list. Okay. And number two, track your symptoms. Keep a symptom journal. I did this. And like I said, I started to realize there was a pattern. And I started to realize this wasn't just me getting older. This was actually menopause. And this was something that I decided I wanted to do something about it. And so you would keep your symptom journal and you're going to track your symptoms as they evolve over time. And then you can give your gynecologist a clearer picture of your situation and help them make sure that you're informed with your treatment recommendations, that they can give a more informed recommendation for treatments. So depending on what some of your symptoms are, can impact which treatment path they go with. Number three, be open and honest. Don't shy away from discussing sensitive symptoms like hot flashes, mood swings, sleep issues, sexual health concerns. A lot of times, we get embarrassed or ashamed to admit menopause can rob you of your libido. It's true. And it's nothing to be ashamed of. That's part of what it is. And that's a very real symptom. And hormone replacement can help with that as well. So don't go in there being shy. That's what your doctor's here for. Be open and honest about the things that you're going through, okay? Number 4 is ask questions, y'all. That's been my biggest thing. A lot of times they'll say, my doctor will be like, do you have any questions? And I'm like, no, because I kind of want to just wrap it up. It's kind of an uncomfortable situation, but this is your time. This is your health, your body. Ask questions, ladies. Prepare specific questions about treatment options, including their benefits, risk, and side effects. Ask about both hormonal and non hormonal therapies and how each can align with your health history. Okay. Um, that's important because depending on family history, your own health history, there may be some options that are not well suited for you. And then there will be other ones that they can suggest. So, all right. So that brings us to number 5, request a thorough explanation. So if treatment is recommended, ask for clear details on how it works, what to expect, how the timeline for seeing results would look like, understanding the why behind the recommendation, helping that helps in making your informed decisions. So for me, I was a little confused as to why I was suggested to have the Mirena, the IUD. And because I have an intact uterus, the IUD would help thin out my uterine lining or wall and give me the proper amount of progesterone. And then the estrogen patch, you know, without that progesterone, the estrogen patch could have increased risk for uterine cancer. So the safest way for me to do it was to have both the Mirena coil and the estrogen patch. And it's perfectly safe. By doing that, I circumvent that risk. And so asking those questions can help you feel more comfortable, certainly help you feel more informed. And then number 6, seek a collaborative approach. Express your desire to be an active participant in your care. And this can help foster a collaborative discussion on treatment options that best suit your lifestyle preferences and your health goals. So if there's something that you have been doing research on and then you want to try, like I said, I have friends of mine that have started doing the pellets. If you decide that that's what you want to try, come in with that option and discuss it with your doctor to see if it's a good fit for you. Because you can do your own research for things that you want, or if you prefer to go, like I said, supplement route, the black cohosh. There's the one that starts with A, y'all, that I can't pronounce, but there's also a natural route that you can go. So, do your research and come in and talk to your doctor about what's best for you. This is your body. Number 7 is be clear about your priorities, whether it's managing symptoms, protecting long-term health, or addressing specific concern. Let your gynecologist know what matters most to you in your treatment plan. And number 8 is consider a second opinion. If you feel like your concerns aren't being fully addressed, don't hesitate to seek a second opinion from another healthcare provider who specializes in menopause. So y'all don't sit there and be frustrated, feel unheard, feel as though you're being dismissed. If you're not getting the level of care or you don't feel like your doctor is listening to you and is, I won't say have your best interest at heart, but if they're not understanding what you're trying to do, or like I said, you don't feel heard or you feel dismissed, you have every right to go seek another healthcare professional. And, look into, there are gynecologists that are specialized in menopause. There's a special certification, and Google that, do the research, find one that's really knowledgeable about menopause. You can also do that. Number 9, be patient with the process. Menopause treatment can take time to fine tune. If an initial treatment doesn't work, be open to adjustments and continue to advocate for changes until you find what works for you. Remember, it's your body. So it's not one size fits all. What works for me may not work for you, and vice versa. And that's okay. And finally, y'all, we get to number 10, and that's empower yourself with knowledge. Educate. I always say that. Do the research, ladies. It's your body, it's your health. Educate yourself on menopause and its symptoms. The more informed you are, the better equipped you'll be to have a productive discussion and make the best choices for your health. So there you have it, ladies. I've given you 10 things, and I'll give you a quick summary again. Number one, we're going to be prepared. Number two, we're going to track our symptoms. Number three, we're going to be open and honest. Number four, ask questions. Number five, request a thorough examination. Number six, seek a collaborative approach. Number seven, be clear about your priorities. Number eight, consider a second opinion. Number nine, be patient with the process. And number 10, ladies, empower yourself with knowledge. So there you have it. 10 tips to make sure that you are advocating for yourself on your next visit to your gynecologist. Seeking hormone replacement, just want to talk about your symptoms of menopause, just want to get some medical advice or try different options. These 10 tips will help you be on your way to that journey. And so, as always, ladies, I encourage you, never put it off. Like I always say, tomorrow's not promised. All we have is today. So implement these 10 tips. It's not hard. It's anything that you can do to advocate for yourself, you need to do it. So I encourage you to implement these 10 tips. And then when you go and speak with your doctor, be on the beginning of your journey to being a better you. Like I said, we focus on health, wealth, and empowerment over here. And your health is wealth. So 10 tips I offer you. And I also want to encourage you to make sure that you tune in on April 30th. I have a big episode planned for you, ladies. You're in for a treat. I will be interviewing Dr. Shweta Patel. She is an OBGYN. She has written a couple of wonderful books, one of which we're going to focus on, the Book of Hormones. It's an excellent read. Y'all are going to love it. She also is the founder and CEO of Gaia Wellness. Just all the things, y'all. She is a trailblazer in her field, and she's going to come and talk to us about lesser known symptoms, all the things that you probably didn't know to even ask. We're going to be giving you some good information that's going to help you along your journey. And I encourage every one of you to tune in on April 30th. And if you're going to listen on the podcast, I will be dropping the audio version of that morning at 9 o'clock. If you're going to watch the video, watch it. I'm going to premiere it at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure that you come back for that amazing episode. It is a much watch and much listen to. As always, thank you so much for your support. And like I said, make sure to join us back over here on next Wednesday when we are talking with Dr. Patel. All right, ladies, have a great day.